Hey, 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 and there's my alarm, and it says 9 o'clock, time to go live. And I am live on a Wednesday night. Today is, can you believe it, June the 29th? Absolutely amazing. June the 29th. And gosh, we're well over halfway through the year, July in a few days. So I want to talk about a few things. I put a video out on the team pages about spreading seeds of hope. And there's a lot going on, and I want to repeat that tonight. I want to say there's a lot going on in the world right now, and so people are looking for hope. People are looking for opportunities. People are looking for what we have to offer, which is improving your lives physically through our amazing products, spiritually through our team and through our faith and through our guidance and through our word and through our friendship and through our relationships and the family that we've created here, physically, spiritually, mentally, because we're teaching and we're educating people, mentally. And then financially, because those of you who want to share and be part of this opportunity to share can create an additional income on a part time basis. And listen to me. In the past few days, I have talked to several people out there who are absolutely looking for just that. Times are rough right now. Times are rough. And so I want to encourage you tonight when we talk about this business opportunity and what we're doing is to go out there and spread those seeds of hope and faith and health and nutrition. And, when we talk about improving our lives physically, our products are designed to help you improve your life and to help you become healthier. Let me tell you about the new Fulvic product. I have been taking these products now, as most of you know, for 10 years, and I take them religiously almost every day. And I only say almost every day because probably 99% of the time I take them. And sometimes when I'm traveling, I might not have this or that with me, but I'm always taking these products. So when the Fulvic product came out, I was like thinking to myself, okay, self, how's this going to be? Is this going to be good? Am I going to notice it? Am I going to tell a difference? Listen, energy wise, stamina wise. I mean, it's going to the gym, working out. It's been absolutely amazing what this Fulvic product has done. And so that's exciting. That's exciting stuff. It's an amazing product. You need to get it in people's hands. I've sent out probably 20 sample bottles to people and said, here, I want you to try this. I want you to take it every day and see what it does for you. So that's a huge thing physically. Mentally, we're teaching people, we're sharing with people, we're talking about the opportunities that people have, and the education that we're providing people, because there are people out there in the world who don't understand what it takes to be successful. Hey, Victoria, good to see you. Good talking to you earlier today. And so they don't understand. They don't understand what it takes. They've never been taught. They've never been told. I read a book recently, and it's called "Can't Hurt Me" by Groggins. And let me tell you, this book is amazing, and it's about mindset and understanding what you can accomplish in life. And what I want to share with you tonight is here's what at the end of the book he talks about. And he says, when people in life, they decide that, and this is David Groggins, who, let me give you a little backstory. This is a guy who grew up in a abusive home with an abusive father, and they were, alcoholics, and they ran shady businesses, and he and his brother used to sleep on couches and in the floor and wherever they could, and just raised just in poverty, and just not financial poverty, but mental and spiritual poverty. And so he ended up being a over 300-pound exterminator working for a bug company, spraying for cockroaches. And he decided that, I want more out of life. I want more out of life. And so his accomplishments are absolutely amazing. He became a Navy SEAL. So to become a Navy SEAL, you've got to go through training, and then they have what's called Hell Week, where you don't sleep for a week. Can you listen? I can't imagine staying awake for a week, period, let alone running 30, 40 miles a day, doing pull-ups, doing push-ups. being outside and toting guns and having logs that I'm holding, me and my team, and laying in the surf and letting the waves run over top of me, swimming for 10 miles, carrying a raft, me, a team of 6, carrying a raft out into the ocean. Now, this is during what they call Hell Week. Now, he didn't go through Hell Week once, not twice, but 3 times. The first time he ended up with double pneumonia, and they pulled him out for health reasons. Because you say, how did he do it 3 times? It took him 3 tries to become a Navy SEAL. Now, if you quit and you give up and you ring the bell, you're out. But if you have medical issues, medical problems, and you're an active soldier, they allow you to come back and try again. So the first time he had double pneumonia during Hell Week. The second time he made it through Hell Week, but ended up with 2 broken legs, had shin splints, shattered shins, and he was taking duct tape and taping his shins together so that he could run 30 and 40 miles. And overcoming his mind. His mind would say, quit. Why are you doing this? The big thing that he kept going back to was his mind would say, why are you doing this? You don't have to do this. You don't have to deal with this. You don't have to worry about the pain. You just quit and be done with it, and it'll be okay. But he learned to manage that fear and that pain and overcome that. And so a lot of people, and a lot of you today, there's 3 types of people in the world. There's people out there who are what we call settlers, and they settle in life. They're okay with where they are. They're happy with where they are. And listen, there is nothing wrong with that. I've got a lot of friends, people I went to school with, people that I've met throughout the years who, they earn a nominal income, and they live a nominal life, and they are so happy because they're satisfied with the life that they have. But see, being happy is you deciding that you're going to be happy, and you deciding that this is where I'm comfortable with. And they are happy people. And that's what life's all about, is being happy. Being happy. That's what life's all about, you see. And see, then there's people who are settlers. Now, back in the day, in the olden days, in the Western days, with wagons and horses and mules, and so people had came to America on the East Coast, and they had discovered gold on the West Coast. And they were discovered that they were mining for diamonds and mining for gold. And they said, hey, the big gold rush, you've heard and read about the gold rush. And everybody was packing up their wagons. Now think about this. In the 1800s, you pack a covered wagon with your wife and your kids and your dogs and your horses and your mules, everything that you own, you put in this wagon and you head west. Now, we're not talking about driving your truck from North Carolina or Tennessee or Virginia to Colorado or California over Interstate 40, a 4-lane highway across the mountains, across the Blue Ridge Parkway. We took the motorhome on the Blue Ridge Parkway a few months ago, and that was an adventure, and it was tough. But think about this: there's no roads, there's no asphalt. You're having to follow the trail that people have cut before you, and you've got a horse and a wagon, and your family and your wife is hungry, and your children are. Can you imagine going from here to California and your children in a wagon going, how much further? How much further have we made it yet? Think about that. And so here, and so what happened is people along the way, why are there cities in Kansas? Why are there cities in Tennessee and Eastern Tennessee and in Texas and in all these, in Oklahoma? Because people said, that's it, I'm done. I know there's gold out west, and I know people are becoming rich out there, and I know that they're, but I'm going to settle. Our family's had it. We've had enough tragedy. We've been over enough mountains with our horse and our wagon and our mules, and we're just going to settle. We're going to find a piece of land, and we're going to settle right here. And listen, there is nothing wrong with that. Many settlers are happy. and they settle for what they have, or they settle for what they have in life. And so when you look at health today with fast food, and people taking supplements they're buying at Walmart for $6.99, and so they're settling with where they are health wise. They're settling with where they are financially. They're settling with where they are mentally, physically, spiritually, financially. And listen, hey, that's okay. Yeah, Debbie says the Blue Ridge Parkway, beautiful, scary in a wagon or in a motorhome. Be adventurous. We were adventurous, trust me. We went across a one-lane bridge, and on the side, we're coming to the bridge, and there was a sign that said no motorhomes, 10,000-pound limit. And when you're in a 24,000-pound, 34-foot motorhome, you're like, what do we do? One-lane road, couldn't go anywhere, had to go across. And so we just floored it and went across the road. And on the other side, people were literally having to back up to let us through. And they were shaking their heads like, you're an idiot. What are you doing? You know? And we're like, well, I mean, I'm going across. And so some were mad, some were laughing, some were funny, but guess what? We made it. Guess what? We made it. And so when you decide to, in life, what you want to have in life and what you want to be happy, and whether it be in your finances, you know, or your family, or your where you live, or your home, or the situation for your children and grandchildren, you know, you just have to say, I want more for my family. I want more for my children. I want more for my grandchildren. And so that's what, Grogan said. That's what, when you look at the book, okay, Can't Hurt Me by David Grogan said, I want to have the most success I can have in life. And so there's people that are just like, this is where I am, and I'm happy where I am. This is what I'm going to do. And I know a lot of people that I went to school with who look at me and go, we thought you were going to be that guy. I was definitely not voted most likely to succeed. I was definitely not voted the top athlete in school. I was definitely not voted. I was the guy who was getting by. But see, I wanted more out of life. And so when you look at that and you decide, and the reason I say that is because I'm a guy who just wanted more. I'm just like you. I'm just like anybody else. I just decided I wanted more out of life. And so when you look at that, so then people decide I want more out of life, and they go like those people headed out west, but they go, too hard, too much trouble, too much work, and I'm going to settle right here, whatever that right here is. Hey, cool, that's great. And if that's where you are and you're happy with that, do that. But when you look at what the comment that Debbie said, keep on keeping on. When you look at what people say, you got to blaze the trail. You got to be happy. And see, that means, where are you, and are you happy? And see, there are millions of people right now in this country and in this world who have settled, but they're not happy with where they are. See, there's that 5% of people who, you know what, they're just butts on fire. That's me. My butt's on fire. I'm always looking to accomplish more. I'm always looking to do more. I'm always looking to accomplish more. I'm always looking to how much more how many more people can I help? And I get excited about these products, and I get excited about this compensation plan, and I get excited about this trip to Orlando. I can't even imagine not going to Orlando. I can't imagine it. I got to be there. I got to be there and be part of it and be surrounded by each and every one of you. Because I'm not willing to settle. And I'm willing to move forward. And that may be who you are in life. You see, the way I look at it is, God put a calling on your life. Yeah, I believe in God. And if you don't, that's okay. I'm not going to judge you. I'm not somebody to judge you or anything you do, because that's not my place. There's only one person to judge, and that's not anybody on this call or anybody who's listening to this. Whether you're listening to it live or the recording, our job is not to judge people. Let people be who they are. I'm also not going to try to convince people of the way I think. I'm just letting you know how I feel. And the way I feel is this. I believe that God has a calling on your life. What does that mean? I believe that God has planned out. This is what I expect. When you get to heaven and God says, they talk about it in the Bible, and I'm no expert at the Bible, and you can tell that by listening to me, but they say that the goal is to reach heaven, and for God to say, good job. Good job. Well, as you read the book, Can't Hurt Me, and what David Grogan says, and he visualizes this, can you imagine getting to heaven? Can you imagine arriving in heaven and there God is? And listen, whether you believe it or not, it's okay, but let's just assume for a second it's true. And God's sitting in this chair, and you pull up in a chair beside him, and God says, look at this. This is the life that I planned for you. This is the life that I planned for your children and your grandchildren. Can you imagine, you're 75, 80 years old and you get to heaven and you're looking at that list or that video or that whatever it is, that chart that God says, this is what I expected for you. And you miss the mark. And you miss the mark by a lot. So you got to ask, am I now in heaven or I'm in hell? You see, because the enemy, and sometimes the enemy is your friends, your family, those closest to you, and just trying to prevent you from accomplishing all that God has called for you. So I want to plant those seeds of hope, of faith, of health, of success, and say, listen, we have an opportunity here for you to accomplish all you have in life. All you're called to do in life. So when you can sit there at the end of time and say, wow, I have no regrets. I went for it. I went for that opportunity. I worked hard. I did the best. See, here's all you can do. And I love A.L. Williams, Art Williams. Art Williams was if you haven't listened to Art Williams, go to YouTube and Google Art Williams, A.L. Williams. This guy is an old, he says, I'm just an old dumb football coach from Georgia. But what a great guy he is. What a great guy he is. Because he always talks about, hey, he said, and here's the saying that he says. And he says, listen, he said, I'm going to give you the clue to life. I'm going to give you the key to success in life. I'm going to give you the key to being happy in your life and being all you can be. I'm going to tell you how to do that. You have to listen to it because he goes on and on. But he says, here's the deal. Here's the answer to it. Here's what it's all about. All you can do is all you can do. But all you can do is enough. Think about that. You see, am I shortcutting? Am I cheating? Am I doing things wrong? You listen, in your heart and in your mind what's right and what's wrong. You know it. Yeah, I don't have to tell you. Nobody has to preach to you. Nobody has to judge you. You know in your heart what's right and what's wrong. But see, when you go for something that you want in life, when you want to be successful, when you want to have a successful marriage, you got to go. All you can do is all you can do. You got to go all in. You got to make that commitment. When you want to have a successful business, all you can do is all you can do. But see, all you can do is enough. And so at the end of the night, you got to take roll call. You got to look at what you did that day and say, did I do enough? Did I do all I can do? Because all I can do is all I can do, but all I can do is enough. Did I do the right thing? Did I make the right choices? Did I make people proud? Did I make God proud? Did I make myself proud? Did I do everything that I could do? You see, there's about 5% of the people out there, when we talk about there's the people who are happy where they are and whatever that is. And listen, I admire those people. And then there's those people who have settled, but they want more. They feel like they deserve more. They want to do more. They want to feel better. They want to accomplish more, but they're scared. They're not willing to put forth the effort. They're just think, well, I don't deserve it, or why me? How should somebody like me be successful? And they're the settlers. But see, you don't have to settle. You can decide. And if you hadn't read the book, Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins, please. Whether you're a reader or a listener, I listen to it on Audible. I've listened to it all the way through, and I've listened to different chapters again, and I'm going to listen to it again. You see, because there's 5% of us who our butts are on fire. Man, we're excited. We're fired up. We want more. See, when I want my grandchildren to say, let me tell you about my papa. Let me tell you what my grandfather did. You see, when you got grandchildren and you got children, you want your children to be proud of you. That's just me. Maybe not you, but that's me. I want my children and my grandchildren to be proud of me. And it says in the Bible, and again, I'm no expert in the Bible, and I'm not trying to tell you should be a Christian or not. I believe in God. And if you don't, we'll pray for you. We'll get you there. Those who do, great, awesome. Join me in heaven. And those who don't, hey, we'll pray for you. We'll get you there because it beats the heat. beats the heat. But here's the thing. Is when you look at that and you go, I want to be, I want to feel good about myself. I want to be proud of myself. I want my children and my grandchildren to be proud of me and say, let me tell you about this. Let me tell you about what my papa did. Let me tell you about the accomplishment he made. Because in the Bible, it says you should leave a legacy for your children, your children's children, and your children's children. I think that's children, grandchildren, and great grandchildren. Now, what does legacy mean? It doesn't mean millions of dollars. It means that they are talk about you and they're proud of you because, see, when the tombstone is there, there's the date you were born, the date you died, and your life is that dash in between that. Where are you with your dash? Where are you? Are you happy? Are you satisfied? Are you okay with where you're at? Because right now, in this day and time, on June the 28th, I think it is, June the 29th, 2020, there's a lot of people out there in the world who are fearful, who are scared, who are worried about life, who there's a lot of things that are going on, and they just need hope. They need encouragement. They need people to stand up and guide the way and lead the way and give them the ability to say, you know what, there's more in life and I'm going to have that. I'm going to accomplish that. Because there's always been problems in life. But right now, I think social media has the ability to cause, see, what the enemy is trying to do is cause division. The enemy is trying to cause division. We want to come together with love and spread those seeds of hope, spread those seeds of health, spread those seeds of happiness. We want to encourage people. Don't try, you may feel a certain way. I may feel a certain way. I'm not going to try to convince you to think the same way I do. People convinced against the will of the same opinion still. So I'm going to keep my mouth shut. I'm going to move forward and I'm going to spread love, joy, hope, and encouragement. And that's what I want to leave you with tonight. You see, go out there and spread those seeds of hope. Go out there and spread those seeds and let people know there's more in life. And let people know that we have an opportunity here. You see, the MLM business, making life magnificent. What other business in the world gives you the opportunity to go out and find somebody and say, let me help you create a six-figure income on a part-time basis, one in what you're currently doing, and you don't have to have a PhD to do it. It doesn't matter whether you're from Yale or jail. If you're positive and encouraged and you believe, then you can accomplish and you can have success. I know I've got off on a tangent tonight, but I just think right now what's going on in the world, be positive. Don't try to convince people that they're wrong and you're right, because you don't know. You don't know. Love people. Love them where they are. Encourage people. Inspire people. And let them know that we're spreading seeds of hope, faith, encouragement, and love. I appreciate everybody joining us tonight. I hope this resonated with you tonight. I hope that it made sense to you. And I hope that you can take that out in this last week of the month and just be positive and encouraging. Be positive and encouraging. I appreciate you. I love you. And I hope everybody has an amazing weekend. July 4th is coming up, the day to celebrate our freedom here in the United States. And you got to understand something. Freedom is not just freedom. Freedom is for you to feel the way you do and other people to feel the way they do. Don't try to convince them to think and feel the same way you do. Let them do their thing. Don't talk negatively. Don't bash. Don't discourage. Don't be negative. Be positive. Be encouraging. Be loving.